Levi was probably about 2, maybe 18 months, and all the other children his age would be crawling around and toddling around and playing, and I would take Levi and I would sit him down and he would just sit there, totally disconnected, and just sit. Life was difficult, and it was very difficult for me because I was a stay-at-home mother and I was trying to teach him at home. Everything I did with the other children didn't work with Levi, and I was at a loss. Levi didn't have any friends, and he didn't seem to really care whether he had friends or not. I would have to say the most difficult part of all that was not knowing my child.
So a lot of people refer to Asperger's as a high-functioning autism. So these children may even be highly intelligent, meaning they read early or their academics are very high, but their problem and where the biggest issue is in social integration.
I was talking to a friend who knew all about Winter, and I thought, wow, you know, I would like to see her. I think Levi would like to see her. She has a disability, and he has a disability. Here we have this opportunity to get in the water with Winter. And I kept thinking, he's not gonna do it. He is not going to do it. We're just gonna go over there and he's gonna say, no, I'm not getting in the water. So he went down the stairs and I was like, okay, he's going down the stairs. Good. Had my camera ready and everything stopped. As soon as he laid eyes on Winter, and Winter started swimming toward him, and he laid eyes before he could even get down the steps, I saw something I had never seen before in this child's entire life. And I saw connection. It was like he had just seen his best friend, and he had never seen her before. And his eyes lit up like we normally would. They danced. His eyes that were usually very void, very, very straight, they literally danced and sparkled, and this grin spread across his face. It was like he was, there you are, my old friend. There you are. It's like someone that maybe could never see, and they were blind from birth, and maybe they're traveling along and they are hit this spot, maybe a mountain or maybe I don't know, and all of a sudden they're getting glimmers and glimpses of light for the very first time in their whole life, and we don't know why, but we know it's something. And it's something precious, and it's something wonderful, and there's got to be something to it. His anxiety started to diminish enormously.
The first thing we saw after the encounters with Winter was a decrease in his anxiety level. As those things died down, Levi started to express himself, and we started to see the social and emotional connections that we're always talking about, particularly with his mom and his dad. So with his mother, the hugs, the kisses that are missing. And if you know people that have children on the spectrum, a lot of times they don't get that hug, that kiss that we all take for granted.
Things started happening, you know, and on the home front. He didn't have the fear of his own pets anymore. And he was wholly happy With every fiber of his being, he was happy.
You ready to film the room now?
Yeah, let's go. Either way.
Have a remote control train and everything. It'll be fun.
I want him to thrive. And everything that he learns and his passions and what he loves, I want him to thrive in that. And now I know he can.
A little tiny baby with real serious injuries. All we can do is try.
Storms on the wasteland, dark clouds on the plains again. We were born into the fight, but I'm not sentimental. This skin and bones is a rental, and no one makes it out alive. Shores of Babylon, still looking for
U.S. Army Staff Sergeant Matthew Sitton, father, son, husband, friend, was scheduled to return from Afghanistan in September 2012. On one of his last Skypes with his wife, they discussed taking their newborn son to visit Winter. Sadly, he never got the chance. Just weeks before his scheduled return, Matthew died, defending our freedom. Mine, yours.